Hi, welcome to the Fight Age channel. Former world champion in two weight categories David Haye is convinced that the owner of the WBA, WBO and IBF heavyweight titles Anthony Joshua will knock out his next opponent Alexander Usyk in the first half of the fight. Former WBO World Heavyweight Champion Johnny Nelson doubts the prospects of Alexander Usyk in the heavyweight division ahead of his fight against WBA, WBO, IBF title holder Anthony Joshua, which will be held on September 25. Joe Gallagher, the ex-coach of the former WBA World Champion in the second middleweight Callum Smith, believes that the Ukrainian heavyweight Alexander Usyk will be able to create problems for the owner of the WBA, WBO and IBF titles Anthony Joshua, but is unlikely to be able to defeat him. Former world champion Keith Thurman is confident that American heavyweight Deontay Wilder will work on his weaknesses ahead of the third fight with WBC title holder Tyson Fury. After switching to heavyweight, Usyk managed to hold only 2 fights, and this is clearly not enough to earn the favor of the bookmakers. The problem is that even despite his excellent technical level and boxing IQ, his 2 victories over the withering Witherspoon and Chisora did not particularly impress the boxing community. Many fans say that Usyk got too close to one of the most dangerous tops of the division too quickly. But will the Ukrainian's jump of 200 pounds really not justify itself? Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. If you really enjoy the content, then please subscribe to my channel and keep watching the videos. If you are subscribed, then you receive notifications about the release of new videos. You do not even have to look for anything personally. I really want to get 10,000 subscribers on my channel. I am trying very hard, absolutely every day, and I need your support. Your likes, comments, reposts to social networks. Thanks to everyone who subscribes to my channel. You are my support. Thank you so much. Former world champion in two weight categories David Haye is confident that the owner of the WBA, WBO and IBF heavyweight titles Anthony Joshua will knock out his next opponent Alexander Usyk in the first half of the fight. Joshua knocks out Usyk very convincingly, left, right, jab and cross, which will send Usyk into a knockdown or knockout. And then there will be boom, 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 and the end. The fight will end within 6 rounds, 100%. If it lasts longer, it will be only because Joshua wants it. I think so because I saw Usyk, Chisora and Joshua Pulev in the fights. The duel with Pulev showed what I needed to know about Joshua regarding his current condition. He is patient, wise, has reached the peak, and you will see it. Andrei Galotto was also considered a threat to Lennox Lewis before their fight, as he had a couple of tough fights with Riddick Bowe. Now there are levels in this sport. Boom, 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 went to bed. That's what Joshua will do. He will go out there. Okay, against him is cunning lefty, an Olympic champion, an absolute champion in the first heavyweight. Bang, 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 went to bed. That's all. It will be very brutal, said David Haye. Former WBO World Heavyweight Champion Johnny Nelson doubted the prospects of Alexander Usyk in the heavyweight division ahead of his fights against WBA, WBO, IBF title holder Anthony Joshua, which will be held on September 25. I've always been a big fan of Anthony Joshua and I've never hidden it. I'm a fan of Alexander Usyk because when he performed in the first heavyweight division, I said, this guy is the heir to the throne. I can imagine how he rises to heavyweight and leaves a huge impression about himself, like Evander Holyfield once did. However, he is a fighter with a different style. But then I saw Usyk's debut in the heavyweight division, and I wasn't thrilled. Usyk is a good fighter with an excellent amateur history. At least at the amateur level, he has a better story than Joshua. I think Anthony will be too big. Strong, sharp, and aggressive. Usyk will depend on his non-standard style and will try to confuse Joshua to get through this fight, say Johnny Nelson. Joe Gallagher, the ex-coach of the former WBA world champion in the second middleweight, Callum Smith, believes that the Ukrainian heavyweight Alexander Usyk will be able to create problems for the owner of the WBA, WBO and IBF titles, Anthony Joshua, but is unlikely to be able to defeat him. My opinion continues to change, and I believe that Usyk can create problems for Joshua. I think he is able to make Joshua think mentally, devastate him, and do something like Tim Witherspoon did many years ago when he knocked out Frank Bruno in the 11th round. We should not forget that Joshua also won the Olympics. He is too big, fast, and constantly studying. Now I prefer Anthony. I can change my mind in 1 or 2 weeks, but I say that a good big boxer will beat a good little boxer, Joe Gallagher said in an interview. After switching to heavyweight, Usyk managed to hold only 2 fights, and this is clearly not enough to earn the favor of the bookmakers. The problem is that even despite his excellent technical level and boxing IQ, his 2 victories over the withering Witherspoon and Chisora did not particularly impress the boxing community. Many fans say that Usyk got too close to one of the most dangerous tops of the division too quickly. But will the Ukrainian jump of 200 pounds really not justify itself? What can we expect from Usyk in a fight with Joshua? Alexander is well aware of Anthony's size, and Usyk faces an extremely difficult task. On the one hand, he should try to pull the Briton apart and not give him the middle of the ring, because in this case he will have to actively move along the ropes and spend a lot of effort on these departures. On the other hand, under no circumstances should Alexander fall forward and fly into the near distance, because even a few accentuated blows of Joshua on the defense can seriously weaken the breath. The fight will be an attempt for the Ukrainian to find a balance and try to work in a rare series to earn the coveted points. Of course, he will be aimed at a knockout, but he will not begin to activate until the 5-7 round. Usyk's chances of winning, if Alexander can control Joshua's attacks and makes him fall forward, deftly leaving the line of attack, then he will have a chance to X out the puncher. But even a tired Joshua will be 10 times more dangerous than the clumsy and slow Chisora. Now Usyk should show its maximum and not a percentage less. Its technical base is quite enough to hit Joshua and earn points, but you still shouldn't count on a knockout. This is a secondary task, which in any case cannot be realized without a competent gameplay at the beginning of the battle, as well as a serious reserve of endurance and patience. Now the chances of Usyk can be estimated of 50-50 and a percentage ratio. In the last 5 fights, Usyk won 5 victories, however only 2 fights ended ahead of schedule. Witherspoon refused to continue, and Alexander issued a knockout with value. Former world champion Keith Thurman is confident that American heavyweight Deontay Wilder will work on his weaknesses ahead of the 3rd fight with WBC title holder Tyson Fury. I think that Wilder has the right attitude now. I like what I saw during his work on pose. He is trying to smooth out his weaknesses, isn't he? Everyone has their weaknesses, but you need to be a special fighter to admit that you have them. Go back to training camp and work on them. I have always loved the Bronze Bomber and supported him throughout his career. I'm always in his corner. Red, white and blue are America, baby. Bring this belt home, Keith Thurman said. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel.